Hi everybody, this is PsyonicReaver bringing you a VOD commentary on the transpirings going on within Team LighT. What Team LighT has done recently has started up a King of the Hill tournament within their clan, challenging other clans to a best of 5 series, just to determine who's the best, who's the man, who can be better than so-and-so against so-and-so. And so these games are just purely for fun, purely for entertainment. And first up we have, as the teal Protoss here, on Othello in the top right-hand corner, we have NaW, I'm trying to say his name right here, Ratan, up against AeriALs LighT, who is the yellow Terran over here in the top left-hand corner. And PvT on Othello is actually I feel it's pretty balanced. Protoss players get their big open middle. They have the opportunity to get 3 gas along with the Terrans as well. They can get their 3 gas rather easy. The Protoss players can, with that 3 gas of course, can get their carriers or their arbiters, still macro up huge armies, and they can actually easily defend both their natural expansion and their 3rd expansion quite easy from a Terran player, from a Terran push, because it's just for the simple fact that Othello is just really easy to move around the map and to flank enemy forces, while on the other hand it's really easy for Terran to use the cliffs that are behind the natural and also overlooking the 3rd base to siege down on a Protoss player. And also because of certain locations, it's also easy for a Terran player to push into a Protoss base unless they get set up into a flank, a Protoss flank, and then that can cause problems obviously, but a good Terran player will cover his flank with missile turns. So we see AeriALs already walling off his choke here, or walling it off to the best of his ability. Meanwhile, it looks like Ratan has got his cybernetics core almost complete here. SCV harassing that pylon. That's just mainly to annoy a player, just to keep him distracted during the game. And that's really one critical thing you always want to try to do in StarCraft. If you can find some way to annoy a player or to make him waste APM that he doesn't necessarily need to use to chase your scouting, your scouting SCV around, do it, because that means you're putting in slightly less effort than the other player and trying to annoy him and harass him, and that other player is going to be using more of his APM, more of his time and focus, just trying to get rid of your scout or trying to deal with whatever it is you're doing. So Dragoon out now for Ratan, going to chase that SCV away, and a quick movement by AeriALs. As soon as that Dragoon came out, that SCV just started booking it like crazy, up and around the Nexus, down, and now he's just running like hell, trying to get away from that Dragoon. Dragoon still going to chase him, and the SCV surprisingly not going to exit the ramp, just trying to stay in for as long as he can, just trying to find out what exactly Ratan is going for so AeriALs can plan accordingly. And of course, Ratan is going for that second gateway. He's already got that range going. It's about halfway done, more than halfway. So AeriALs is going to fully expect a Dragoon push here, and it looks like he might be going for it looks to me like he's going to go for a 1 factory expansion here. No, okay, there's a starport. He's actually going for early drops. Looks like there's no way he would be going cloaked raids, although it has happened. I have seen cloaked raids happen, but on this kind of a map, my best bet would be that he's going to go for dropships and start utilizing those cliffs against Ratan as fast as possible. And Ratan has 2 Dragoons moving their way towards the Terran choke here. Only 4 Marines defending, 5 Marines now. What's being researched? So Spider-Man. So it's actually an FD from AeriALs. AeriALs going for an FD. Surprisingly, I thought with the starport he might not have decided to go for the FD. I was ready about to mention that he could potentially go for an FD or 1 base expansion. It looked to me like he was going for a 1 base expand, but no, he's going for the starport and for the FD push at the same time. Because he went for that starport, that's going to obviously delay his command center, but if he gets those dropships and gets that dropship ability, he'll be able to shuttle vultures or any kind of unit he wants into the Protoss base. Ratan, in the meantime, going ahead and again take his natural expansion while slowly pumping Dragoons from his gateways. He's got 3 Dragoons, 1 Dragoon sitting out a little bit further than the other 2 to provide scouting information. Usually, most players, if they still have their scouting probe alive, they leave that probe out front to alert a Protoss player when the forces are moving on, and then they bring the Dragoons into position. And also Ratan, amazingly enough, has built this pylon out in the middle of nowhere. It really can't see too much. I think he just built it just so he could get the pylon down, but really that's just odd location to put a pylon. SCV moving up, and that's going to build a command center back behind the second expansion. And then dropship out already. 3 vultures, 2 marines, taking an epic journey to attack the Protoss main. And of course, there's no comsat up for AeriALs. He has no idea there's anything waiting for him in the Protoss main base. And Ratan kind of being a little bit suspicious here. He's realized that there's no push that's come out, no expansion going up, so he's going to go ahead and he put a Dragoon just in the nick of time to get back behind his mineral line to protect it from potential drops. Now 3 vultures, speed upgraded with mines, now planting mines down from those gateways, and this is really going to hurt Ratan. He still does not have his robotics lit up. You can see he's just barely coming up. 1 Dragoon got taken out by those 2 marines there. Another Dragoon desperately trying to fight off those vultures, trying to micro away from those spider mines. Reinforcing Dragoon, Dragoons coming out of those gateways, or reinforcing Dragoons, not quite sure what happened there. Being blown up those spider mines. Vultures trying to harass those probes, making Ratan lose a lot of mining time by microing those probes back and forth across his mineral line. So that's going to allow AeriALs to push out into his natural expansion. Ratan was forced to pull 2 Dragoons back from the natural here and just leave that 1 Dragoon, which got easily outflanked and killed with spider mines. That's going to allow that command center to land here in just a little bit. Unfortunately for AeriALs, he is a little bit behind. This expansion has been up for quite a while, but the main thing going for AeriALs right now is because of his attack on the Protoss base here, he managed to kill at least, I believe, 3 Dragoons. I wasn't keeping a real good count, but he killed at least 3 Dragoons, especially those coming out the gateways, and that's going to allow him to catch up in this economy game, because now Ratan is going to be forced to replace those forces while still trying to macro up probes for his economy, and then he still has the threat of those spider mines that if he moves that Dragoon anywhere, it's going to get blown up. So that Dragoon just very content right now to stay very, very still. And that is a very wise move, Mr. Dragoon. The command center landing for AeriALs. The SCV's already on their way. Look at that. Looks like a SCV mating season going on here, and they're mating behind the middle line so nobody can see them from the command center. Of course, there's that little control tower up there, so I'm sure they see everything. Dragoon clearing out the spider mines with an observer that has just been warped in from Ire. Ratan trying to get his macro going. He has 3 gateways going. He'll probably be putting down a 4th here rather soon. Usually a Protoss player can easily... Oh, drop. I'm sorry. I totally missed this. Probe being taken out up on the high ground. That's going to let Ratan that a siege is ready about to take place. Siege tank sieging up, picking off a couple of unfortunate probes that chose to remain behind.